Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News, episode 136. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Brendan Hodge here, and today is another news day. Today's Thursday. So Thursday's gonna be, I'm gonna go ahead and announce it in this video. So Thursday, I'm gonna do the full long episodes, which are normally over 10 minutes. And on Sundays, I'm gonna do a short episode. It's not gonna be like a minute episode or anything. It's gonna be like right in the middle. It's gonna be like a 5-minute episode instead of a 10-minute episode. But that's just starting on Sunday. But enough of me running my mouth. We have some news to talk about, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, the first news story. So I have wonderful news for Paige fans. If you're a fan of Paige, she's been gone for a little while for injuries and other stuff. So basically, she's at the Performance Center training. So Paige is actually going to be returning to TV here pretty soon. It's expected she's going to get SmackDown. You know, since Raw just got freaking Asuka, they're going to give Paige, they're going to put Paige on SmackDown. So yeah, no idea, no like estimate of when she's gonna be back. I would guess sometime after Survivor Series, maybe before 2018, but I'm not entirely sure. But she's at the Performance Center training right now for return. Should be back pretty soon. Okay, the next news story. So this isn't like giant breaking news or anything, but Triple H has joined the Shield. Now, by me just saying that, a lot of people are freaking out. Don't worry, it's not, or don't get too excited. It's not like a giant thing. So WWE, they're overseas right now. They're doing like house shows in the UK and stuff like that. And of course, Roman's out, still has the mumps or whatever he has. Roman's sick, okay? So they have to have a replacement. And Kurt Angle, and I mean, you don't want to have Kurt Angle wrestling too much or people are going to get sick of him. So Triple H came back and he joined the Shield. He's wearing a freaking Shield vest and everything. Looks kind of ridiculous, but he joined the Shield. It really doesn't make sense from a storyline perspective, but I guess they don't really care for like house shows. Okay, the next news story. This one kind of keeps up with what I was talking about last week. There was this rumor last week that The Rock is supposed to be in the Royal Rumble, and that comes around every year. Just you know, brush it off. No, that's not gonna happen. The Rock's not gonna be in the Rumble. He's a Hollywood movie star. He's done with wrestling. He might show up at Mania or something, but yeah, he's not gonna be like in the main event of Mania for the championship. Well, The Rock did a Q&A. He was at, I believe it was at Comic-Con or something. Some fan asked him, yo, who would you want to wrestle? And The Rock basically responded, I want to wrestle my cousin Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, on a WrestleMania level match. So, I mean, I don't know if they would actually do it, but I mean, it's interesting to say the least. Roman Reigns, The Rock. It shouldn't be the main event of WrestleMania or anything, but it would still be a pretty interesting match. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that is actually all the news. Really, really light news day, but now we're gonna move on to the rumors. Okay, the first rumor. So I don't know if you guys remember in the last news episode, the main thing we were talking about is all these freaking releases. They released 3 wrestlers on the same day. They released Summer Rae, Darren Young, and the most shocking of all, they released Emma. Like, Emma was on Raw, she was doing stuff. Kind of like really shocking release there, and Emma was like one of my favorite people on Raw, which just really upset me. But basically, this rumor is that's not all. They're actually, this coming week, they're gonna be releasing more wrestlers. I mean, I can think of a few people who might be released, but honestly, we'll just have to wait and see who it is. Okay, the next rumor. This one is kind of upsetting. So, Emma's been released, we all know that, but the reason why she was released is leaked, or I guess this is confirmed. It was some type of backstage source that said, okay, here's why Emma was actually released. Apparently, they've been wanting to release Emma for a while, and they actually hate Emma backstage. Like, most people backstage are not too fond of Emma, especially the writing team. So basically, I'm sure most of you remember that silly Emmalina gimmick. Well, the reason they didn't like continue the Emmalina gimmick is because Emma couldn't like play it right or whatever, or she wasn't that interested in doing it or whatever. And that really like made the writing staff, like the WWE creative, mad at her. And then it kept going because she was like complaining on Twitter about these, about how she's being used and give Emma a chance on this. And it really like pissed off the writing team of WWE. And they've been actually talking about releasing her for a while. And they finally pulled the trigger and did it last week. So that's actually the rumor why Emma was released by the WWE. Kind of upsetting. I mean, I get it. Like, there's a lot of talent. You can't use them all right. And if they're complaining on Twitter, it just like kind of makes you mad. But still, that sucks. Emma's released. Hopefully she'll be on the indies and I can meet her and she'll have awesome matches on the indies and stuff like that, but we'll just have to wait and see what she ends up doing. I mean, she could be a model. We don't know. Okay, the next rumor. So this one's been out for a few days. There's rumors that this isn't even, there's a rumor that a rumor isn't true. That sounds so odd to say, but basically, there's been this rumor going around for a while that Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson are leaving the WWE and all that, but nothing's confirmed yet. I've seen some people say it's not happening and it's a completely fake rumor, but I've seen other people say yeah, it's probably gonna happen, but they could be on that list of people being released next week. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, the next rumor. So I think this one's pretty obvious. So Kane's back, he's like destroying people, and he destroyed Braun Strowman, put him in a garbage truck and all this. Well, we're having a Braun Strowman versus Kane match here soon. I think that's pretty obvious what they're doing. But basically, this rumor says this match is happening in December. We're having Kane versus Braun Strowman, and until December, Kane's just going to destroy a bunch of talents and big name talent like main eventers and stuff just to make Kane look good. And have Kane versus Braun Strowman, then probably Braun Strowman's going to win that feud, make Braun Strowman look good, and I guess elevate him to the main event, even though he's not supposed to. I mean, maybe he can be the main event of Rumble against Lesnar if Lesnar defends the title at Rumble, but I honestly don't know what their plans are beyond that. But right now, the rumor is we're having Kane versus Braun Strowman in December. Okay, the next rumor. So as we all know, Kurt Angle is back wrestling. He returned to TLC. He did a pretty good job for someone who hasn't wrestled in a while. I believe he was wrestling on the Indies, of course. I'm not entirely sure when his last match was. I think it was maybe 2015, 2016, but his first match in the WWE in like 11 years or something. But I reported, I think a week or two ago, that Angle's scheduled to be wrestling the big 4 pay-per-views for the next few years. That would be Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. Well, the WrestleMania plans are rumored. I mean, this could be true, could not be true, but the rumored plan is going to be Kurt Angle versus Triple H at WrestleMania 34. That sounds very, very interesting. I'm going to WrestleMania 34. I cannot wait to see that match in person if it's actually happening. But apparently they're going to set up the storyline where Kurt Angle's the Raw general manager, Stephanie's mad at him, and then Triple H comes in and they have a match at Mania and stuff like that. But yeah, that sounds like a pretty good feud, but we'll just have to wait and see if they actually go through with it and actually have that match at WrestleMania 34. Okay, the next rumor. So in the last video I talked about the possibility of The Rock winning the Royal Rumble. I mean, he might be in it. I don't know if he's going to win it. I cannot see The Rock in the main event of WrestleMania for the WWE champion. That's just freaking crazy. I mean, I could maybe see, I don't know about 34, maybe 35 if they do enough build-up. Reigns versus Rock. I mean, cousin versus cousin. I can see that. But basically, this rumor, who is going to win the 2018 Royal Rumble? This one is very confusing. So they announced that The Undertaker is actually having a return here in January. The Raw before the Royal Rumble. And now, of course, the rumor is the Undertaker is going to be in the Royal Rumble, and he's actually going to win it and all that. He's going to have, it's going to be Undertaker versus Roman Reigns now at WrestleMania, the main event for the title, the Universal title, and like Roman's going to win it off Brock before Mania. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy crap in this rumor, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I mean, everyone thought the Undertaker was going to retire after WrestleMania 33, but there's rumors he's going to be in the Rumble. I mean, they announced the return for the Raw before the Rumble, which some people are guessing is just going to be like a retirement. And others are guessing he's going to announce his entry into the 2018 Royal Rumble. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But that's a very interesting rumor. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and it is now, unfortunately, time for the final thing I'm talking about in this video. So the final rumor, the final news story, the final thing I will be talking about in this video, the WrestleMania 35 location. Maybe some of you are having deja vu if you saw the last video, or the last news episode. I talked about this. This was like the main thing I talked about in the last video as well. But some things have changed. So in the last video I said WrestleMania 35 will either be in Detroit, New York City, or Philadelphia. Well, I have some news. One of those cities is out, and it's Detroit. Detroit is not happening. WrestleMania 35 will not be in Detroit. So that means WrestleMania 35 is down to 2 cities. WrestleMania 35 will either be in New York City or Philadelphia. I personally really hope it's in Philadelphia because tickets are going to be way easier to get. Traffic's not nearly as bad as New York City and all of that. And it's closer to me. It's only like a 7-8 hour drive for me. But in the last news episode, I did say WrestleMania 35 will not be in Atlanta. They're not even considering Atlanta because WrestleMania was just there a few years ago. And yeah, that was kind of a stupid thing to say because, you know, they were just in New Orleans and they're already going back. And they were just in New York City and they're already considering New York City again. I mean, don't get me wrong. Atlanta's only like 4 hours from me, so I would love for WrestleMania to be there. I mean, they just built that brand new stadium. But WWE, they have no interest in having WrestleMania 35 there. I'm sure they'll put WrestleMania in that brand new stadium here in the next few years. Maybe by WrestleMania, I mean, maybe 36, 37, maybe even 38. We'll just have to wait and see. But, I mean, I like going to WrestleMania. I'm probably going to go for the next few years. I mean, I went to 33. I went to 29 was my first one. Then I went to 33. But I'm going to probably do a few years in a row. just for the heck of it, because it's really fun and really cool experience to go to WrestleMania. But I'm going 34, that's in New Orleans, so 35, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be planning to go to it. It's either going to be in New York City or Philadelphia. So there you guys have it, that is this episode of WWE News. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. This is the end card, down there's my second channel. Over here are some previous videos you guys may have not seen that you'll probably enjoy. And if you guys haven't already, make sure to like this video, and if you're brand new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. It's absolutely free. I will see you guys in the next video.